What if you could find out exactly what your audience actually wants in 15 minutes or less? That's exactly how long it takes to find out what your audience secretly wants to buy. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. And hey, if we haven't met, I'm Elise Cartwright, founder of Hustle and Groove, and I have worked with over 1,000 creative entrepreneurs and helping them ditch social media and make daily sales. And today, we are going to talk about this very quick 15-minute method that will help you discover what your audience secretly wants to buy. And this will make you super attractive to your customers because it will be like you're in their head. So here's where most of us go wrong. We make massive assumptions about what our audience actually wants. And it's just normal. We are so close to what we do. And oftentimes we are a little bit ahead of our audience, particularly if we're a coach, course creator, or mentor teacher, right? We're typically teaching something that we ourselves have experienced. So we might be a little bit further ahead. And so often it can be really tricky to take ourselves back to where we were, to where our audience actually is. But if we don't do that, then we end up creating things that we know our audience needs, but they don't actually identify it as being what they want. So we are going to walk through a very quick exercise that typically takes about 15 minutes when done right, that will help you uncover very quickly what your audience actually wants. Are you ready? Let's dive in. So, it is a very, very simple practice that you do, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be new to you. But that's the whole reason why I want to talk to you about this, because so many of us skip over these very simple steps that actually make a huge difference in helping you speak directly to your ready to buy customers. So, my favorite tool for doing what I'm about to share with you is called Video Ask. More details about how you can get into Video Ask in the description below. But basically, before we even look at Video Ask, what is this 15-minute method? Well, it's pretty simple. You are going to ask your audience a question, and it is just one question. Now, of course, you can add more, but honestly, this one question is the only question that you actually need, because the responses that you get are amazing and gold. Now, I'm going to tell you what the question is, and then I'm going to show you how I use Video Ask to actually make this process even easier and get more people responding versus just doing a straight Google form or survey. So the question that you're going to ask is very specific to the actual offer that you're creating, right? So it's got to be really specific. And you're just going to ask this one question. And the question is, what is your biggest question around XYZ? Now, XYZ is the main problem that you're looking to solve. Now, you can ask this in a variety of ways, but that's typically what that looks like. So you can, of course, send this out in an email. You can send it out in a Google form survey, whatever you want to do. But I do find that when you use something like Video Ask, it actually has more people responding to you, and it gives you an opportunity to respond back to them with a video. So I'm going to show you what that looks like now. So right here, you can see the video ask that I asked people about the Nurture and Sell framework training that I did. So I sent it out to people and I said, hey, if you've got a minute, if you're coming to the actual training, then I want to ask you this one question. What is your biggest question around email automation? Now, this is actually a two-step survey as far as Video Ask is concerned. Once they answer that question, it then asks them a follow-up question. Now, the great thing about Video Ask and why I'm a huge fan of using Video Ask is now I'm entering one-on-one conversations with my audience, and I can respond back to them with a video or an audio. I can't respond back to them as text, but they can respond to me as text, audio, or video. And the number of people who come back to me when, particularly when I record a video back to them saying, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe that you're actually responding to me and it's actually you, not some VA or something like that, does a really good job of nurturing and connecting with your audience. So not only are you asking a question and getting a response, you're actually building a relationship, and it opens the door for you to ask questions. Now, the other reason why I'm a huge fan of Video Ask is that you can export the results regardless of whether someone records a video, audio, or sends you a text back. It all gets transcribed. And then what you do with that information is you throw it into your favorite AI tool of choice and ask it to summarize the main problems that your audience talked about. Like, what were the things that they did? And then you use that information to inform your sales page, and you make sure that your training, your membership, your course, your coaching, whatever it is that you're doing, speaks directly to those things that they mention. Now, like I said, 15 minutes is all it takes to set this up. So set up your Video Ask account, record a video, send it out to your audience, and see what happens. Honestly, this is the one of the things that I do all the time. If I want to find something out, I do a Video Ask because it makes this entire process so much easier, and you stand out because not many people do this process. Now, yes, it does take a little bit more time on your part to respond, but not only does this mean that you're actually having conversations with your audience, you're now showing up differently as far as they are concerned, and you will stand out amongst your competitors. So when you ask that one question, you save yourself a ton of time because you are not going down the path of creating something that you think your audience needs. You actually end up creating something that your audience wants, or you can tweak and refine what you already have created to speak directly to the things that they've actually mentioned in answering that question. It is my favorite way to make sure that I'm heading in the right direction. Now, you get to interpret that data how you will, but any of the wording, any of the language that your audience uses, make sure you use that on your sales page because they will feel like you're speaking directly to them because you actually are. And in the next video that is coming up on your screen right now, I'm going to share my process for how you can quickly create offers without overcomplicating the process and getting stuck in perfectionism. I'll see you in that video.